What is going on, everybody? My name is Dan Beals, and this is the New Way of Business. So today is a different episode. This is not a live show. This is a pre-recorded experience of mine from Denver Startup Week. So I have absolutely dedicated myself to constant, continual education and wanting to learn. And I wanted to share a couple classes that I took today that I think I'll always help. So I recorded in the video, in the classes, some of the topics, some of the things that they talked about, and then we're going to touch on them a little bit in between. Okay, so the two topics that were covered: storytelling marketing, the magic elixir behind sustained startup growth. That's gonna be the first one. And the second one is gonna be keep your customers, build a marketing automation program that works. Okay, so we're gonna get a lot of really good information from this. You're gonna see from the experts what they're talking about and how they're doing things. It's gonna be little clips, little inserts, and we're gonna discuss them and we're gonna get into them, okay? So enjoy. I would love to hear your comments. Make sure you are commenting below your thoughts, because I will be answering these comments as we go. And make sure to share this to friends. If you know somebody out there that needs this kind of information, share it with them, all right? Put their name in the comments so that way they can all see it, and enjoy. Some of the most tedious things you have to do for business is planning and prepping, getting everything all set up, getting everything written down, and actually doing it is hard. It's one of the most problematic parts of being a business owner, because you have to take the time to be able to do this stuff. And if you're not doing it, you're wasting a lot of effort because you're not planning it out. It's Denver Startup Week, all right? So we're out here in Denver, the downtown area, going through all these classes, getting everything done, and really prepping for our launch, prepping for everything that's going on. And that's part of being a business owner, making sure that you're doing everything, getting it all set up.
Do we continue with the Mac business, or we got to figure out some way to actually give the business a shot in the arm? So what they realized is that there were a couple different camps when it came to computer users. There were loyal PC users, there were loyal Mac users, but then there was kind of this fat middle of primarily PC users who weren't loyal to PCs, meaning that they used PCs, but they didn't really feel that strongly about it. They just always had, maybe PCs were kind of all they knew, or just because of business reasons they always use PCs. And so Apple realized that, oh my goodness, there's this huge market opportunity that we can go after, and we need to speak directly to those people. So the marketing team at Mac came up with this idea. Well, we're always having these debates with PC users and whatnot. Why don't we actually kind of show that through videos? And so that's what they did. So basically they came up with kind of this idea of juxtaposing, two individuals that personified, one a Mac, one a PC, going head to head and kind of duking it out in terms of, making their case why each other's was better. Well, the video was launched in during Super Bowl of 2006, and it was an instant hit. It went viral on YouTube, and within 6 months, Apple had sold an additional 2 million Macs within 6 months of that video going live, which was a 500% increase over previous year's Mac sold. So pretty incredible impact. Since, or I should say actually during 2006 to 2009, Apple went on to make 30 more of these videos that aired.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
Hello, I'm a PC.
We have a lot in common these days.
We both run Microsoft Office. We share files. It's great. We just get along.
PC? Yep. Okay.
Hi, I'm a PC.
Okay, we're past that. We moved beyond that.
Yeah, I had to restart there. You know how it is.
No, actually, I don't.
Oh, what? Macs don't have to...
We had him, then we lost him. I'm gonna go get IT. Keep an eye on him.
Actually living out their life and living their dream. And the result, the transformation ending, is essentially these individuals showing you that they're content, they're satisfied, they're happy with their life, right? When we look at Apple, the problem is presented through the PC guy. He's kind of, up there talking about, well, we have clocks and calculator, right? And well, we can kind of, work okay. But you get from that, PCs aren't really high-performing computing machines, at least from this video, right? You get PCs are kind of maybe inadequate, substandard, antiquated. And what Mac presents us with is a solution. What Apple presents us with is a solution of the Mac. Well, we can, easily be compatible with videos. We get high ratings from the Wall Street Journal. We have all the everyday life applications, iLife, all in one, right? And the outcome of that, the result of that is, wow, I can really just have peace of mind knowing that I have a computing machine that meets my needs as a personal individual consumer rather than just, is able to work for business or, does kind of these basic things. Dollar Shave Club. Dollar Shave Club does a great job of starting off their story with, why are these razors so complicated? Like, do we really need a razor blade that has 6 razors and all this crazy technology? Meanwhile, we're paying out the nose for it every month? No, we don't. And in fact, here's an alternative, a cheap, simple solution that gets the job done. My grandfather shaved with 1 blade and he looked fine, so why can't we use a simplified solution today that's affordable? I'll come back to it. And then the solution of that is satisfaction. Oh yeah, I could totally use just a simple but effective razor that isn't going to cost me a lot of money. That gives me personal satisfaction as a consumer.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis. And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, pop up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
I know karate, I know jiu-jitsu, I drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you, see you, see you, see you.
Use data. How can we use logic to engage our audience, right? At the same time, emotionally, what can we do from the standpoint of communicating tangible benefits, providing some sort of empathetic elements, and also not being afraid to use powerful visuals or audios that really kind of stir up the emotions and kind of pull the heartstrings inside. So looking at our example, so what does Dove do? So Dove, first, they show us these inspiring images of these women, really doing interesting and cool things with their life, right? But at the same time, they're kind of walking us through the logic of, here's what I look like, here's who I am, and this is what the world told me I couldn't do, right? And it completely makes sense, right? We see these people and it's like, oh, well, yeah, I could see why you would be told that, or why someone would say that. When we look at Apple, what they do is they use likable and relatable characters to basically articulate and argue facts, right? They're debating, they're going back and forth. And so one thing that actually I wanted to point out with Apple is they specifically went out of their way to, when they were selecting the actor to play the PC character, they specifically went out of their way to find someone that was actually somewhat likable and didn't look like just a complete villain or a bad guy. And the reason they did this was that person represents the PC user, right? Well, who are they going after? PC users. And so Apple did not want to alienate the target audience, and so that's why they created this character, even albeit he is kind of the kind of opposing party. They created this character that still looks like someone we might know or someone we might be friends with, and maybe we say to ourselves, yeah, I don't really agree with him, but I like the guy. I mean, he's maybe a little misguided, but I like him. And then what does Dollar Shave Club do? Dollar Shave Club does a fantastic job of incorporating humor and irreverence, right? Humor to make us laugh, but also irreverence to appeal to the rebel inside of all of us. But at the same time, the CEO, as he's walking around the warehouse, he's telling us this very convincing and persuasive story about how razors today suck, right? They're too complicated, they're too expensive. So always be thinking about the intellectual as well as the emotional appeal.
All right, so let's recap just a little bit of what we just heard. So storytelling with your business is super important. When you're talking about your business, in that specific class, it talked about that it's between 1 and 10% people are going to remember your story without it being a story. They're just going to see your product, they're going to see you. How are they going to remember you? So telling a story captures the attention, all right? And it jumps it up to 22% that they're going to remember you, okay? There's no perfect storytelling. It's just grasping the right attention. Let's see here. So you need to create a narrative with this, all right? So you gotta have a problem, you're gonna have a solution, and you're gonna have a result, okay? And then, so when he talked about how you're making this, he used a lot of really good references of storytelling. So he used the 2006 Mac and Windows comparison. He used the Dollar Shave Club video that went viral back in 2012, 2013. And then there was another video that I can't quite remember, but capturing people's attention with a strong story that's gonna solve their problem. Ultimately, you wanna have the customer as the hero, because the customer they have to relate. They have to really get involved into the story, and which is really important. So a little, I guess something for you to do yourself, okay? So what is your company story? Okay, so I know when you're thinking about all this, it might not be that easy to be able to create this, but so he had a little, I guess, way of grouping this. So in one paragraph, so about 4 sentences, how can you write this story? So it's define an objective, grab their attention, create a narrative arc, make an emotional and intellectual connection, and then make your customer the hero. So overall, all this stuff, you need to be able to connect it. All right, so this is Denver Startup Week. This is getting everybody together to better themselves, and this is absolutely amazing content, all right?
We launched one recently that is sending a survey to any customers who registered 60 days ago but haven't yet converted. So it just asks them questions, why did you sign up for Havenly when you did? What is stopping you from using Havenly now? Have you used a competitor? What could we change that would help you get started sooner? And people are responding, which was kind of one of those where you're not sure. These are your non-buyers. These are people who may have registered because they saw us on, an Instagram ad, or they heard a podcast where we got mentioned. So it's been really valuable customer data. And the thing is, it sends every day at 11 a.m. And it's not like I sit here and worry if it's sending or anything like that. You can kind of set it up, let it go, but data's constantly coming in. And we use Typeform for this, and there's a really nice SendGrid, Typeform, Simon kind of stack you can do where it automatically just gets fed into a Google Sheet, so it's just there for the reference. We have our CEO looking at it, our product team, the growth team, we're all kind of referencing this really valuable data that's constantly coming in, and it takes little to no effort to set up. Once it's going, you just have that constant stream, and so it's an easy setup that's really beneficial and has kind of influenced a lot of the decisions that we've been making.
I guess I think of email, click-through rate is obviously more valuable to us than an open rate, and if we can get a click to start project, which is that early indicator that I was talking about earlier, that's just as impactful. So anything that is indicating that they are more likely to purchase or come back and engage with us at a later time is kind of what we're looking for. I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, for us I would say in-app engagement specifically, if they are adding the offer in the app, that's a really strong indicator, or if they're pressing the shop button and launching a partner app or a website, that's a really strong indicator. So maybe just one step removed from the email click is where the good stuff is, I think.
I would say just looking at particular site visits and seeing if there are certain pages that you see people who have converted tend to spend a lot of time on or return to. I mean, that's just, you're just looking at their behavior and letting that kind of tell you the indicators of likelihood to convert. So it sounds pretty simple, but really just looking at page visits by converted customers.
When it comes to the keeping the customers class that you just saw, that one is more on internet and email marketing, but it's overall a really good experience. Okay, so what they talked about mostly, this was an hour and a half long class. I couldn't get the whole thing, but what they talked about was customer retainability. A lot of different things of how do you solve the customer's problem and how do you make their experience better. Okay, so when you're having problems with your customer, and instead of just letting them go, talk to them about it. Find out what the problem was, because a lot of times the customer just wants to vent. They just want to tell you what the problem is, and a lot of times by you taking the initiative to be able to do that can be huge to that customer, and you either regained a customer or you got valuable insights on your business, on things, the way things are going. All of this leads back to data collection. You need to be able to collect all of it, because if you're letting all these situations happen and you're not recording it, then essentially you're going to have the same situations happen over and over again, and you're going to have to deal with them in different ways because you don't have a way to be able to solve this problem. Now, don't get me wrong, every single situation is unique, every situation is different, and you need to handle it as such. But if you're not keeping track of the things that's going on, a lot of times what's going to happen is you're going to come across the same problems. Let's put all this together, okay? So let's talk about the beginning to the end, all right? So Denver Startup Week is one of the biggest startup weeks across the nation. It's a very huge, it takes place all over the whole entire downtown area. You got to get from one place to the other, which is absolutely awesome. Being able to be inside of all these different businesses, seeing the culture, seeing the way that they're ran, seeing the inside of these places, and then going into a class, okay? So these classes are very important because it's important to keep on learning. You never want to be stagnant. You always want to better yourself. You want to better your business and learn all the different topics, okay? So let's get into the storytelling, okay? The storytelling is huge, okay? In order to be able to relay what it is you want to do with your business, you have to tell people about that, about it, and you have to get them to understand what you are trying to do, okay? Ultimately, the customer is the hero because you are there to serve the customer. That is something that you should never forget. You are always there to serve the customer. It doesn't matter if it's you. It doesn't matter if it's your business. It doesn't matter about anything, because if you don't have a customer, you don't have a business. All right, so let's break this down just a little bit more, okay? So with the storytelling, it doesn't have to be a video. You can tell a story through video, you can tell it through writing, you can tell it through pictures. There's all different ways to be able to create these stories. But if you're creative enough and you want to be able to do this yourself, you can absolutely do that, and you can try and you can build and get better at it. But it's going to take time to really build up to that. Hiring people to help you with these things is going to really help your business, okay? You have to spend money in order to make money. Yeah, you have to buy equipment to go and make money. You have to go and buy certain things to go out and make money. It's a constant, okay? If you want to expand your business, you have to buy a new truck. If you want a second location, you have to buy new equipment. You have to spend money to make money. If you want to, have somebody answers phones for you, you have to pay somebody to answer the phones, okay? Ultimately, you just can't be afraid to spend the money. If you have to take a bit of a pay cut to be able to do it, do it. All right. It's only temporary. You're going to make more money in the end, and it's going to keep on going. But the thing is, it's a growing pain. And that's part of the fun, okay? It's a growing pain, and you're going to learn more and be better because of it, okay? So, and then we break into keeping your customers. So that was a lot of customer service, which I find to be absolutely important. So customer service is like one of the vital parts of your business. And don't get me wrong, there's many, many vital parts to your business. But if you don't have strong customer service, it's going to be tough to hold on to those customers, all right? Because you're going to constantly be rotating, and you're never going to find out why. You're just going to have your own interpretation of why these customers are leaving, and you're getting new customers, okay? Whether it's you firing them or them firing you, it doesn't matter, all right? You need to make sure that you're documenting everything that it is that you're doing. Everything. All of it. It's really important, okay? And that's the most tedious part of everything, okay? Just like in the very beginning of the movie, in the very beginning of the video, okay? Me and my partner Josh were sitting down, going through, planning about stuff, and writing every single thing down, okay? If you don't know where to write it down, Google Drive, very, very easy to use, okay? If you have a Gmail, you can just click the 9 little dots up in the right-hand corner and just click Drive. It's a lifesaver, okay? It's like Dropbox. It's a place where you can save all your documents, your data, and it goes everywhere that you want it to go, okay? All computers, all phones, all of it. Super simple, okay? But never stop learning, okay? Go to these expos and learn more, okay? Go to these startup weeks if your town has it. Go to it. You never know what you're going to learn, okay? There's a list of classes of stuff that you can go through. You don't that was one that I chose. There's hundreds of classes that throughout the week to be able to go to. I hope you guys really enjoyed this experience, because it's very important to continue the education. And education has such a bad word to it, okay? Because you think it's boring, you think it's bull, you think it's too expensive. But the thing is everybody's sharing information out there. Grasp it. Go and take these little nuggets and apply it into your business. Make yourself better. Constantly make yourself better. Okay? Never stop growing. It's important. It's very important, okay? What you know now, you did not know in the beginning. It's a growth process. You have to get better and better and better, okay? I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Please, thank you for all the comments if you left any. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. I'll see you guys all next week, and enjoy your week.